Paul, massive congratulations. How are you feeling after that impressive win?
What can I say? Honestly, right? I really think that, you know, that's what keep me going for all these years. I think it's moments like this, like you can achieve the moment, you know, and you took advantage of it. You know, like I said again, there's no guarantee I was going to win or where, you know, it's tough, but because the standard of play nowadays is not like what it is before. Too many good players. I mean, De Graaf is a great player. I watch him play in the Players' Championship, you know, so just took the opportunity and I got it, that's all.
At 71 years old, you've been playing darts for decades. How highly does this win rank in your career?
How high is it? Sorry?
Does it rank in your career?
And this?
Yes, this win, yeah.
Well, there were other moments too when I did. I wouldn't say that this is, you know, the best moment. I mean, of course, right now I feel really good right now. But there were moments in my time when, especially in the PDC World Cup and the PDC World Championship, when I beaten Mark Webster and I beaten Luke Humphries a few years ago, you know, and things like that. And but I've always regarded PDC as one of the, like I said, it's the biggest stage we have in any sport anyway, you know. It's almost like the Super Bowl of, you know, darts, really. That's what it is. So I would say this is a good moment. I felt really good. But I wouldn't say that, you know, like I said again, you know, like, you know what I'm saying?
And a word on the Ali Pali crowd, they were right behind you the whole of that game. How appreciative are you of their help?
Oh, I do, definitely do. I mean, every time. I mean, when I remember all the years when I played in the crowd, in the PDC tournament. I mean, I think the crowd, you know, somehow or other, I don't know why is it. I don't know why they're on my side. I really don't know, but I got to say that it's an appreciation that within myself that I felt that, hey, maybe somebody out there likes me. That's all, you know. So you know, it helps a lot. It really does.
And in round two, you've got either Ted Everts or Luke Humphries, who you beat on this stage 5 years ago. Do you think history could repeat itself in the next round?
Well, like I said, again, depends who, I mean, obviously who I play, I mean, is someone that advanced to the next round, so it's never going to be easy. But obviously, right, I thought it'd be kind of a really uncanny that if I were to meet Luke Littler again, I mean, no, sorry, Luke Humphrey again, and the Luke Humphrey this day is not Luke Humphrey a few years ago. He's definitely, honestly, a force to be reckoned with. He's really one of the best players in the world, definitely.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Paul, congratulations. It's been alluded to, you had to wait 5 years, and when you won that game, it was behind closed doors, there was no fans. Did you believe nights like this were going to be possible again?
Well, I really do not know. I mean, it's hard to kind of gauge, basically, and I mean, like for us right now, I mean, I always believe that it could happen. I always believe that, because if I believe that it couldn't happen, then it's time for me to actually give it up. I always believe that there's always a chance, you know, to actually.
When you went to the Lakeside last year and obviously not qualified for here, did you believe that you could get back here, or was it a surprise to you when you qualified for it again this year?
Yes, last year I missed out the PDC Championship by I was one spot out, actually, in fact. And it actually kind of broke my heart. It really kind of disappointed for myself. But then again, when I was invited to the WDF, because while I was in Mongolia and I played the Japan Open and all that, and I collected enough points, and they said, hey, I'm invited for the WDF World Championship. So I went, you know, like, I think it was a blessing in disguise. You know, I mean, for me, it was I didn't win it, but to me, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed WDF last year when I got to the final. But then again, this year, when I fought hard again to qualify for the PDC Asia Championship, through the PDC Asia Championship, right? And I eventually got top five in order of merit. I am over the moon. I really am to be back here again.
5 decades as a professional. What's the motivation that keeps you going?
It's just I love the game. I first and foremost, I think it's about the sport itself, how it's grown. Secondly, it's about the awareness right now with the youth, because right now we have. I mean, I play both. I play steel tip and soft tip. I'm very fortunate in the sense that I was able to be involved with both the dart community. I mean, it's different. I mean, to me, I've always said that it's like billiard and pool. You know, it's almost like the two different, but it's like the same sport, but it's not the same sport. So to me, right now, is that I think soft tip was able to drag me through all these years, still being involved. But I've never given up the hope that I love my love, because I started from playing steel darts, and it's from England. You know, I was here when I was doing my apprenticeship as a chef, and that's when I started to learn to play steel tip. You know, and honestly, it's the best thing that ever happened in my life. You know, because it actually made me to what I am nowadays, whether it's soft tip or steel tip. So that's what it is. Thanks.
Paul, congratulations.
Thank you.
£1 million to the winner of this tournament. Would you ever believed all those years ago that a tournament would be worth £1 million to the winner?
No, I never. I tell you what, I never thought it's going to go to $1 million. It's a big jump, really. But then again, there's so many other tournaments now with the PDC that actually kind of allows a player to say, because if there's only one tournament a year and it's £1 million, it's really not good for, you know, because it's the other thing that PDC does and the other tournament that we have worldwide, whether it's going to be the Beijing Open, whether it's going to be Hong Kong Open or steel tip, right, whatever it is, it actually kind of give a stepping stone for younger generation to say that, hey, I can climb through this path and I go through. And that's why I really appreciate when, how many years ago now, when we have the PDC Asia Tour, when we first started it. And I really appreciate PDC for doing it, because honestly, I think it's a foresight. It's a foresight to see that what darts can lead to Asia eventually. Because honestly, it's a big population in India, it's a big population in China, but still it is not big in a sense of awareness-wise to the general people in China and in India. Because honestly, if the awareness is there and there are enough tournaments and enough publicity from PDC, I really believe that, I got to say that honestly, with the population, a future champion could be from China or something like that, you know.
And the potential of Luke Humphries in the next round, how different is the Luke Humphries that you faced 5 years ago to the one that is now a world number 2 and a world champion? It's
a big difference. Definitely, it's a big difference. I mean, I watch Luke Humphries, honestly. He is someone that is so dedicated, and I see his changes. Even the last tournament I watched him play, that he changed a little bit, because he slowed down a little bit more too. And a player of that caliber, when he still need to change something to get himself better, I think this is when you appreciate that person is something different.
Paul, well done on the win. A few weeks ago, before the draw, we spoke to Luke Littler, and he said that there was 2 people he wanted to avoid. Beau Greaves was one of them, and you was the other one. Number one, did you hear that? And if you did, what did you think about it?
I thought it was a joke.
I think it was serious.
Did. I honestly, when someone, in fact, my friend from Liverpool, F.B. Leong, you know, and he sent the thing to me, and then I kind of said, no, someone is just saying it's a gimmick. I really didn't believe that. But apparently later on, when someone told me that, he actually said that. He must be out of his mind. That's what I can think. No, but I don't know why he said that. But to me, it sounds like a compliment, you know, and I really don't know. Maybe he feels that the crowd will be behind me. And I think it kind of a show tonight too, the crowd was behind me also. So I appreciate that.
If you won the £1 million, what would you do with it? How does Paul Lim enjoy winning £1 million?
I'll give it to my kids.
Any partying for yourself?
No, because come on, I'm 70 years old. I don't need £1 million. I really don't. I will give it to my children, my grandchildren, and all that. Yeah, sure.
So when you're out in Asia winning soft tip events, is that when you pick up all this money? Is that what you do then? Just you're laying the foundations for your children. It's not about you anymore. It's about the future.
Yeah, I do. In fact, like I said again, right. The day I retire from darts, if I do retire, all right, I will not retire from darts as for darts. I will not compete, but I would definitely go into the create more awareness to the youth and to the high, because in Singapore I'm doing it right now, to the two category. I want to do it for the kids, and I want to also do it for the older generation, because I think there's a lot of old folks home, which we have in Singapore, and they just sit around doing nothing. And I just thought maybe darts could be something good for them, because they can actually, it's nothing too hectic anyway. So on that part, I would do it, because I feel that there's a lot more to darts than competing. There's a lot, because I think there's a lot of joy to it, I'm saying that. But people just have to find it, that's all,
Brilliant, Paul. Thank you. Well done tonight.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Paul. Obviously, we discuss and talk about 50, 5 decades in the sport and at the top. What do you put your recent success down to in terms of, final of the WDF Worlds, success on the Asia Tour, and now here?
I think as it goes along each year, right, we look what we are going at. I mean, there is a path that I look at, what I want to do, what my achievement for the year is going to be. And this year, actually, honestly, right, my achievement, the 3 things that I aim for was the PDC World Cup, and the Super Darts of soft tip, and the PDC World Championship. And I missed out on one, which is the Super Darts. I lost in the final to Terry Tan from Malaysia in the final match. He played, it's only 5 legs, and I lost on the last leg. And I missed out on the Super Darts soft tip. So to me, it's like every year basically we know what are the tournaments and what are what we are aiming at. We know as players, we chase. So that's the reason why I play all the PDC Asia Tour and things like that, is because it leads to the World Cup and it leads to the PDC World Championship. So that's what I have in mind every time when January is going to start soon, and I know I'm going to be in Dubai for the first tour, and Abu Dhabi, I think, and then we're going to have the Bahrain Masters and all that. So I'm aiming for that right now. So it keeps me focused, it keeps me there's something that I'm going for every year. I think that's why I lasted for so long, I think,
And we saw in the build-up to this match your debut in the PDC World Championship in 1997. Did you think that the PDC and darts itself would become as big as it has done?
No, I really believe that it could, because like I said again, when the PDC first started, I probably was one of the players that actually kind of broke away. I was living in the US, and I was actually from the US part of it. We actually broke away, and we followed the path of the PDC. In the beginning, it was tough because, like I said again, everything was like the prize money wasn't so big. But on the other hand too, I think I got to say that PDC's foresight on what the future could be is what the players, when we broke away, what we felt that they're on the right path. That's how I feel anyway. And I'm sure the people that broke away, like the Eric Bristow and the John Lowe and Bob Anderson and all that, we all broke away from the right reason, because we believed there's something there. And well, it was true. But it's a shame that a lot of those players are not with us now, but what they did was definitely correct what they thought of, about the PDC.
And finally, just how much has the PDC Asian Tour done to extend your career?
Oh, definitely does. The PDC Asia you're talking about?
Yes.
Yes, definitely. Because it's not just about me. I think it's about a lot of Asian countries starting to kind of create. I mean, know that there's so much more out there that there is an opportunity that it could be something to greatness in darts anyway. So, thank you.
Paul, congratulations. There was the situation in the deciding leg of the third set. Jeffrey bust 70, you took out 71, and afterwards it seemed like, okay, you upped your game, you found something, you had the 12 darter, you had the 78 checkout and things like that. Talk us through that. What happened with that 71 finish? How did you get to that higher level than maybe again in the fourth set?
Actually, the funny, like I said, in darts, right? The time you give up because your opponent is going to have a shot it shouldn't be that way. I mean, I always believe that, like I say again, is that you give yourself I have to say that as much as skill is involved in darts, there is a portion of luck involved too. Because you can't, because when you show that you have given up, your opponent is definitely it's going to be a lot easier to finish. But when I put the pressure, let's put it this way, when I got 71 to go, I'm sure for De Graaf right now, in his mind, he keeps saying that, if I don't finish this 70, I'm going to have a shot to finish it. I'm sure it in his mind too. But if I was 256 points behind, then I think it will be a lot easier for him. So I feel that, at that moment is that when it gave me that chance, it's like I took the opportunity and I got it. I'm saying that. And I think that probably is the greatest moment, probably in darts, in a sense, in a competition-wise. When an opponent missed 32 out and he took 170 out, I think that is the greatest moment, that accomplishment. And for every dart player, I think we feel that way too,
How much time do you still spend with preparation, with playing at the practice board, with things like that? How much did that change for you over the last few years, or is it just about competing for you at the moment?
No, actually practice. No, I always believe that, hey, whatever it is in any sports, I don't know about others, but I always feel that it's part of the whole journey itself, right? You have to practice. I practice, but I do not practice as much as I used to in the early days because I can't. I used to play 8 hours, 10 hours a day in the early days. I could do that. I can play a tournament and the whole routine of being a player changes. As he grows older, I got to say that people might kind of doesn't look at it that way. When you get to be in the 60s and the 70s, things changes. I get tired. I definitely do. There's no doubt about that. But I condition myself still. So to me, when I moved to Japan, 3 years ago now, and I went there to play the soft tip, and the way I look at it is that, wow, I get tired. I played a round robin. We play round robin anyway. We play round robin, and then I played so well. And after that, I waited for 3 hours. As it goes along, I got tired. I really do. So I somehow rather feel that with the PDC, this World Championship, it actually kind of it's a bit easier in a sense, because you prepare for one match and you just play the one match and that's it. But I still get tired no matter what it is. I'm glad I didn't go to the fifth set, because I know I'll be dragging my I don't want to say my ass, but I'll be dragging for sure. So.
And finally, from me, in a regular year, how much are you still on the road playing tournaments? You've talked about the Asian Tour, you talked about soft tip and things like that, so it seems like you are still much of the time out on the road and compete. Can you number that?
It's just because I was involved with the softy ball also. If I count the weekends I'm going to be away in a year, it's over 40 for me. Over 40 weekends, that's for sure.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Just last couple from this side, please, and then,
All right.
then we'll move on to the newspapers. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Hello, Paul. One quick question, really. So you have said that Luke Littler wanted to avoid you. There is one way where Luke Littler couldn't avoid you, and that's with you two meeting in the final. Do you reckon a miracle could happen? You could actually meet there?
Well, I mean, pigs could fly, but no. Honestly, I just go one at a time. I don't want to look so far ahead. I mean, even today, honestly speaking, right? Any players that is in the top 64 who hosts a tour card and plays regularly in the PDC, they are definitely a force to be reckoned with. I mean, for myself, I said, if I meet De Graaf, I just go one at a time. And if I'm going to play against Humphrey or Ted, it's going to be one at a time. I don't want to look too far ahead because I think it's a bit disrespectful in a sense to your next opponent, So.
Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, only one.
Okay.
I heard you talking, you spoke nice words, I think, about new generation and younger generations.
Yes.
I saw you waving to kids in the stands.
That's right.
Is there any advice you have for the younger generation, the really young generation?
Yeah, I do, because I think, honestly speaking, for the younger, I've always said that, even in Asia, when I go to a school, in fact, recently I was in a school in Japan. It was like 200 students. And they are just like high school kids, They are 8 years old to 12 years old. And I think just enjoy the game first. Because I think, honestly, I feel to enjoy playing darts and to understand about playing darts is a lot than if my kids to be playing on a computer game. I really, really believe that. I got nothing against computer game because I used to play Mario Brothers too. I used to when I was a kid. But the thing is that honestly, darts is such a good sports to be in. Really, I mean, people might not think much about it because I think the older, the generation is gone past from what it is. Because of what I've seen in Asia, in Japan, and all that. I mean, we have dojo, and then we have people that it's really not about that. Oh, you got to be in a pub, you got to be drinking, and you got to be playing darts. It's not like that anymore. I think I've advised that said that if you enjoy the game, right, and darts is one of those sports that nobody can stop you if you're going to practice 24 hours a day. Because it's the only sports in the world, I think you can put a dartboard at home and you can practice. Nobody's going to stop you. It's not like golf. I love to play golf, but honestly, when it's snow and it's the rain and it's too windy, I wouldn't go out. So it's a bit different. But darts, I can practice whenever you want to. So if someone tells me, hey, something, I got no time to practice to be good, then it's not right,